Kids, welcome back to today's Tuesday Tales. I'm Miss Holly, and today we're going to read The 12 Dancing Princesses. But I think I'm going to need your help. We're going to count to 12. Are you ready? Once upon a time, in a land not so far away, there was a beautiful castle surrounded by a forest. And in the castle lived a grumpy king who had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 daughters. Every night, the king locked his daughters in their room at the top of the tallest tower, and every morning their clean shoes would be covered in mud. It was a mystery that he couldn't explain, and he vouched to the kingdom that if a man came to the castle and solved the mystery of the dirty shoes, in just 2 nights, he would let them pick one of his daughters to be their wife. Princes came from all over the world, but every 2 nights they left the castle disappointed. They would lock the doors every night tight, then sit outside. Never did the bedroom door open. But each morning, the clean shoes would be covered in mud. One day, a poor gardener came across the castle. At the gate, he came across a little old lady who had spilled her basket from the market. He stopped to help her and asked if he could have a bite to eat, since he was so poor he hadn't ate all week. She gave him an apple and smiled, then said, "I can give you something even more valuable than that apple." He shook his head and took a big bite. "Nobody ever turns me down," she said. "Since you are an honest man, I will give you my gift anyway." And she pulled out a beautiful cloak. "This, boy, is a cloak that can make you invisible to even the most powerful man around." "What should I do with this?" "You'll know. Are you here to solve the mystery?" the lady asked. "Mystery?" "Take with you 12 bouquets to the castle for the princesses. Then solve the problem the king is having and he'll let you have one." "Not I. I'm just a little gardener. I could never marry a princess." "You should try," the lady said. She walked on, and the gardener decided, what harm could it do? So he gathered 12 beautiful bouquets of flowers and headed to the castle. That night, the gardener watched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 princesses walk into their bedroom. He locked the door and sat outside. Never once did a princess exit that room, so there was no way their shoes could be dirty. But the next morning, their once clean shoes were covered in mud. He scratched his head. He was now determined to solve this mystery. During the day, he wandered in the forest and gathered flowers for the princesses. He came across a large field and bent over to pick the most beautiful flower he had ever seen, knowing at once he would put it in the bouquet for the youngest princess. She was, after all, the nicest. That was when he noticed muddy footprints. It looked as if there had been a dance party in the forest. Was this where the princesses were getting covered in mud? How did they get out of the tallest tower and all the way out here into the woods? On his way back to the castle, he remembered the cloak the old lady had given him, telling him it was much more valuable than food. He knew immediately what he had to do. That night he watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 princesses walk into their bedroom. Then, as he was closing the door to lock it tight, he covered himself with the cloak and remained in the room, invisible. The girls giggled, thinking they were getting away with the mystery once again. Once night fell outside the window, the gardener watched as the sisters pushed an old bookcase to the side, revealing a secret doorway and stairs. Through the doorway they went. Princess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. They walked out. The gardener quickly followed them. The princesses entered the forest and headed to the clearing where several princes were waiting. They danced all night and early into the morning, then slipped back into the castle through the secret passage. The gardener, though, slipped through the front doors, ran up to the tallest tower, and sat down at his post outside the locked bedroom door. When the king came to wake the princesses up for breakfast, he bid the gardener farewell. "But I solved the mystery." "Nonsense. I've had 50 princes visit my castle, and nobody has been able to solve the mystery. What makes you think you know?" The gardener entered the room and pushed back the bookcase, showing the king the passage out of the castle. True to his word, the king let the gardener pick out a bride out of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 princesses, and they lived happily ever after. The end. All right, kids. Now this is a repeat after me song. So I'm going to sing the words and then you repeat after me, but make sure you're doing the movements. Are you ready? The Princess Pat lived in a tree. She sailed across the seven seas. She sailed across a channel too. And she brought with her a rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo. Now Captain Jack and his mighty crew, they tried to cross the channel too. But their ship sank. And yours will too. If you don't have a rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo. Now Princess Pat saw Captain Jack. She reeled him in and brought him back. She saved his life and his crew's too. Do you know how? With a rig of bamboo. A rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo. All right, that's all we have for today, folks. So make sure you join us for next week's Tuesday Tales and follow us on Facebook and YouTube for more virtual programming. Have a great day.